Fair use. Daily reflections. This is a book of reflections by AA members for AA members. October 12th. Curbing rashness. When we speak or act hastily or rashly, the ability to be fair-minded and tolerant evaporates on the spot. 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 91. Being fair-minded and tolerant is a goal toward which I must work daily. I ask God, as I understand Him, to help me to be loving and tolerant to my loved ones and to those with whom I am in close contact. I ask for guidance to curb my speech when I am agitated, and I take a moment to reflect on the emotional upheaval my words may cause, not only to someone else, but also to myself. Prayer, meditation, and inventories are the key to sound thinking and positive action for me. Courage to change one day at a time in Al-Anon. October 12th. I needed my husband to get sober so that we could live happily ever after, but I couldn't face the ugly disease that overshadowed every aspect of our relationship, and I couldn't face the emptiness I felt in my own life. It was so much nicer to think about future of bliss if only he'd change. In Al-Anon, I had to unlearn a lot of romantic nonsense in order to find a satisfying life in the here and now. When my husband and I separated, my fantasies crashed. But with the support of the program, I learned to look at myself for happiness and to my own real life for enrichment. 2 years later, when my husband and I reunited, I had to unlearn a new vision, this time about recovery. My idea of health was now based on living alone. I had learned to find a balance between taking care of myself and being there for my partner. I had to learn to love again. Today's reminder: recovery can involve as much unlearning as learning. My security cannot be based on learning the rules, because once I truly learn them, they change. With my higher power's help, I will find some security in being exactly where I am today. There is a quote from As We Understood, and it reads, "The 12 steps of our program have led me to a faith in God today, which is based on acceptance of the world as it is. I no longer agonize over how the world should be." Just for today, daily meditations for recovering addicts. October 12th, being right. When we admit that our lives have become unmanageable, we don't have to argue our point of view. We no longer have to be right all the time. Basic text, page 58. Nothing isolates us more quickly from the warmth and camaraderie of our fellow NA members than having to be right. Insecure, we pretend to be some kind of authority figure. Suffering from low self-esteem, we try to build ourselves up by putting others down. At best, such tactics push others away from us. At worst, they draw attack. The more we try to impress others with how right we are, the more wrong we become. We don't have to be right to be secure. We don't have to pretend to have all the answers for others to love or respect us. In fact, just the opposite is true. None of us have all the answers. We depend upon one another to help bridge the gaps in our understanding of things, and we depend upon a power greater than our own to make up for our personal powerlessness. We live easily with others when we offer what we know, admit what we don't, and seek to learn from our peers. We live securely in ourselves when we cease relying on our own power and start relying on the God we've come to understand in recovery. We don't have to be right all the time, just recovering. Just for today, God, I admit my powerlessness and the unmanageability of my life. Help me live with others as an equal dependent upon you for direction and strength. Today, Emotions Anonymous, October 12th. Reflection for today. I am glad to realize that while I cannot will away negative feelings such as fear, anger, or despair, I need not be ruled by them. No matter how overpowering my emotions may be, I can focus on something which will feed my serenity. Although strong feelings may blind this fact, the world is full of goodness and beauty. As surely as I can be upset by any person, place, or thing, I can find better experiences to enjoy. Meditation for today. May I reflect on everything in my life which brings me happiness or serenity. Today I will remember, why would I choose to respond to something negative when I can respond to something positive? Strengthening my recovery. Meditations for adult children of alcoholics, dysfunctional families. October 12th. Asking for help. ACA recovery begins when the adult child gives up, asks for help, and then accepts the help offered. BRB, page 123. Many of us grew up in families where it wasn't okay to give up, much less ask for help. We were just supposed to know how to do it, and if we didn't figure it out, then we were punished in some way. As adults, we knew we had to do it all ourselves because we didn't know how to rely on others. To ask for help would make us seem inadequate, or maybe it would give people a reason to think we weren't smart enough. So we kept at it and at it until one day we just couldn't do it anymore. Something gave way and we hit a bottom. We couldn't manage life anymore. We were never given the right tools. We are the lucky ones in our families because we found help in ACA meetings. We learned that it's okay to ask for that help. We were never meant to do it alone. We were given the wrong messages. The affirmation reads, on this day, I will remember that my support system in ACA is always available to me. I just have to be willing to ask. Please like, share, subscribe, and remember that you are not alone and that recovery is possible one day at a time.